Hey, Caden. It's been around 5 years now since last time I seen ya. Is this actually you, Devan? Before leaving the company years ago, you were in the same department as myself. You were a veteran there, pretty much. Yep, that's me. Well, long time no see, Devan. I haven't gotten a text or anything from you in so long now that I almost forgot about you. Did you need anything from me today? You being so nonchalant about all this must really mean you haven't noticed anything's going on yet. What are you talking about? Currently, you are working for Richardson's subsidiary company, correct? Yes, I am. And? Did I ever talk with you about what I've been up to ever since I left the previous company? Because I don't think I have, nor have I spoken with anyone else that would have been talking to you about me. Well, yesterday and today, I've been staying at a hotel right across from that company you're a part of now. And as I've been leaving the hotel today, and coming back into it, I've seen you going in and out of that office building quite a few times now. So you were able to notice me. I'm sorry that I never saw you across the street. I was probably in a bit of a rush all those times and never had a chance to look around. But here's the thing. You done something really stupid and unnecessary. What exactly are you talking about? Something unnecessary and stupid? I understand that Richardson is a very large company and all that. You're not a part of that company, but rather a part of a small subsidiary of it, right? You made this huge deal 5 years ago about how you'd be transferring to this amazing new company, and you ended up there in some small subsidiary company, living in the shadows of a massive conglomerate. Being a part of a little company like that just goes to show how much of a loser you really are. And that's what I mean by something unnecessary. You went from a really good job working with me to some small company making about half the amount you did before, right? And you bragged about something like that to me. That's not something I've had to deal with. And bragging? You don't have to try covering up your past with me now, man. So, is this your reason for texting me, then? To check and see if I really was the man who was walking out of that office building? Well, that's right. Actually, I happen to have a good friend in Richardson's upper management, and I just wanted to let you know about that as well. Oh, is that right? I'm not too sure how that information will be helpful to me, but I'll make sure to remember that just in case. Yeah, you should. I'm sorry, Devan, but are we done here? I'm actually stopped in my car right now, texting you, so if you have nothing more to say, I'd like to get back on the road. I'll see. I have nothing else to tell you, so go right ahead. Goodbye, then, Devan. Hey, if it isn't Caden, why the heck are you here right now? What? Devan? Hey, you stop it right there. Don't you bother coming over to me, talk face to face. I'm assuming that since you're in the same lobby as me right now, all suited up, that means you'll be going to the same wedding as me. But I don't want anyone here thinking that I'm friends or have worked with someone who's now working for a small, insignificant subsidiary company. Especially on a day like today, when my father is the one getting married, and all his family and friends are here seeing me. What? You're telling me that the executive director who's getting married today is also your father? That's right. Oh, I never knew that. Your father happens to be the executive director, Michael Walters. I just assumed the last name Walters was a common last name and that you didn't have any family ties to him. Well, let me ask you this now. What the heck is someone like you at his wedding today? Well, I was invited to be at this wedding. There's no way someone invited a loser like you. I'm telling the truth, though. I'm sure you were never aware of this, but I happen to go to the same university as your father. You actually expect me to believe that just because you both went to the same uni, he'd want someone like you here? Calm yourself down there, bud. But your father and I happen to be really good friends, though. Huh? My father? Friends with a man like you? We happen to have relations to one another outside work, and that happens to involve the two of us going out a lot for drinks and things like that. And because of that friendship we have, he wanted me to be here at his wedding. Really? Well, if that's the case, then let me have a look at the invitation he sent you. I'll be waiting out in the parking lot for you, so come out and show me. Is it wrong for me to just show it to you right now, since we're both here in the lobby? I want to take a look at it somewhere where there are no other people. If something were to happen between us, I don't want anyone else seeing it. I don't think there's going to be anything happening between us, but alright then. Do you mind heading out there before me? I'll just be a few minutes. Why do I have to wait? Don't tell me you're going to try running from me now, right? Well, if you've finally realised you're not wanted here and want to run home, guess I won't mind that too much. I'm not running away. I have actually been really wanting to go to the restroom for a little bit now, and that's where I'll be heading. Jesus. Oh, so that's what this is all about. Oh, the restroom. Well, if that's all you want to do, then hurry it up. Will do. See you in a bit. You're a freaking loser, you. It's been 5 years since the last time I've been able to do something like that. And man, did that punch send you flying. Oh, I love this feeling so much. I was able to land a really solid hit this time. Sent you right into the ground. I have to say, your face the whole time was priceless as you sat there squirming on the ground. How does it feel, man? Devan, been 5 years now and still nothing has changed with you. Are you coming out in front of me like that again? Is the problem here? I'm sure you'll not be coming to the wedding now, since your face is a complete mess. Well, of course. Me going into that wedding in this state would cause everyone to be surprised, right? Well, listen, I knew from the beginning that you telling me about having an invitation was a lie, so this is my plan all along. Now, listen to me. You think my father would ever invite you to a wedding like this when you're nothing more than a low-level worker? I was going to show you the invitation from the executive director, but right before pulling it out, you punched me in the face. I'm guessing that was just going to be a fake anyway, right? So there's no point in showing me that anyway. So now that I've once again gotten another good punch into you, you'll go home, right? And that's right. If I don't head home now, I'm only going to become more and more worked up. I've never once seen my elite father hanging out with anyone as low-life as you are, so don't you dare think I'm going to believe that for a second. So now that you know I'm not falling for your crap, you can head back to your home and get ready to work back at that tiny company again tomorrow. Oh, understood. Oh, could you please make sure to tell your father that for me? However, he may react in a way that you might not like, and I don't really want to hear from you about it. You've already lost, so just shut up and go away. Hurry up. Vanish from my world, you loser. Righty then. Time to get to that wedding. I'll finally get to talk with my father again. After 10 long years having to live outside his house. Hey, Caden, you get your butt back to this wedding right now. If you don't come back, I'm going to be screwed. Please hurry up. Get back here. I'm sorry, but right now I'm in the hospital, getting my face and head taken care of, so I won't be able to come back that way for some time. Then you tell my father right now that what's going on with you, so he'll understand. Oh, crap. This is really crappy for me. Right after you went back inside after punching me, you were taken into custody, right? That's right. I thought I chose the right place to hit you without anyone being around to notice, but there was someone in the parking garage watching us, and that turned out to be my brother of all people. Well, I had asked for him to be there. Huh? Of course, I'd asked for someone to come witness what was going on there. And back when we both worked at the same company together, you always hated me, because I happened to go to a really good school and had a lot of good scores there. And after 10 years of you never seeing your father because he happened to kick you out of the house, You thought you could waltz into your father's wedding and get away with seeing him again. And the fact that you have known nothing about your father this whole time, yet came to his wedding acting like the boss, really tells me that you have not changed at all since the last time we were around one another. What? I'll have you know I'm not going to be helping you get out of the situation you've landed yourself in today. Huh? You think I'm going to help the man that punched me in the face, sending me to the ground? I have absolutely no reason to do something like that. And no matter how much of a social outcast you really are, Devan, you have to understand that what you did this time will not go unnoticed. Oh, you don't have to give me all that crap right now. At least come back to this wedding and please my father for me. Devan, along with the fact that I'm really good friends with your father, have you ever asked him what relationship I have with him when it comes to the business side of things? I've heard from him already. You happen to be the grandson of Richardson's president. And as of right now, you've been left with the responsibility of running that subsidiary company as the CEO. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of the position I hold, but to think you'd act in such a way around someone as high up as me. Jesus, I get it already. You are the CEO of that company and are above me. Now could you please just come back to the wedding when you're done there? I need you to come here and help me. Look, you should be happy to hear me begging for help from you now, right? What did you just say to me? Do you not give a crap about what will happen to me? There's no reason in me going to that wedding anymore anyway. It's because of what you've done that the wedding is being cancelled. Huh? The wedding's being cancelled now? Caden, lend me some money. You're not just some small employee, but a CEO, so you should have money to lend to me, right? Since the two of us used to work together a lot. Look, how's about you give me $120,000 for now? You really have made a joke of yourself now, Devan. You have the money, right? I think I know what this is about. Due to the fact that you made a huge scene at the wedding and had it cancelled, you're being stuck with paying for the cancelled wedding. And I'm assuming your father wants a settlement from you now as well. Give me $120,000. Devan, do you realise that you're asking me for money when you're going to owe me money through a settlement? That's a bit backwards, don't you think? What? Huh? By the way, Devan, 3 years ago you happened to be fired from that company we both used to work for, right? Why do you know about that? I heard about you from one of my other co-workers there. I'm aware now that the real reason you came to that wedding you were never invited to was to get your father and ask him for some money, right? Is it so wrong for me to be going to my father's wedding without an invite? Oh, don't forget that he told you he was cutting ties to you and that he never wanted you near him ever again. Ugh. And now there is one more thing you might want to know about. After you gave me that punch and started to rush out of the parking garage, you ran into a pregnant woman and pushed her to the ground. When you should have been offering to help her up, you instead started to yell at her about getting in your way, and then left her there, on the ground, to try and get up herself. And what about that? That pregnant witch was in my way, so I had to push her over. Well, that pregnant woman. She happens to be the older sister of the bride. What? And if that's not helping you to understand what's going to happen here, that woman is like your father's sister to him. In other words, you just assaulted his older sister. When you knocked her down on your way out there, she landed on her stomach and felt some immediate, sharp pain. She called for an ambulance, and it turned into a huge deal. In the end, this occurrence was all captured on a security camera there at the garage, and when your father was shown the recorded video of what happened, well, at least his sister-in-law and her baby are all right now. But you can see why that wedding ended up getting cancelled, right? Well, things turned out that bad for her then. Well, it so happens that your father and his new in-laws all knew about how he had to cut ties to you before, and so his wife isn't going to hold anything that happened against him. By the way, am I the first one to explain all of this story to you when it's already been a few days since it happened now? What? That's what I thought. You haven't been talked to by anyone since then, or you haven't been listening to them. Hey, Caden, what about that money? Oh, shut the hell up about it. Never talk to me again, you freak. Just as I had finished texting Devan about the whole situation, his father came out to get him and took him back into his custody, and after that he was put through the ringer by, well, just about everyone. To try and hide all the things that had been going on, he didn't let anyone take his smartphone from him, and even poured water over it in a last-ditch effort to try and hide the evidence. But everyone was able to get the phone away from him just as he poured the water on it, and it was still accessible. There, they were all able to read through Devan's conversations with me, and with that, his father was able to make sure Devan would be paying him for both the cancelled wedding and the settlement. And, as a way of forcing Devan to make money, his father, the executive director of Richardson, has sent him overseas to a factory for the company, where he works long hours every day, making money to pay off his debts. A month after that happened, Devan sent his dad a letter from overseas asking to please let him come home. But his father responded back by saying he had 20 more years of work to do in order to pay off every penny. In the end, Devan had ended up with a total of 3 settlements that he was being asked to pay, and with all of those fees from the cancelled wedding. 1 settlement from his father, 1 from his father's sister-in-law, and 1 from myself for assaulting me. So with all 3 of those settlements and the cost of that whole wedding being asked from him, I can understand why he wanted me to lend him that $120,000 and why it'll take him close to 20 years to work that amount off, depending on where he's having to work. Of course, there is more money than just that he owes, but that $120,000 is just the amount being charged to him for the wedding. When it comes to myself and all the damages from that punch he gave me, well, they're finally starting to go away and all be healed up. All I can say is it feels great being back to a normal life, not having to worry about Devan's presence anymore. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Joy, good evening. Your kid is 4 years old now, so they should be getting ready for preschool to start here pretty soon. Good evening, Ellie. That's right, and the entrance party for it will be happening next week, actually. Honestly, I never thought the time would come for my little baby to have to grow up and start getting ready for something like school. And to think me, of all people, would get to experience having a child of my own and watching them grow. Well, we are all in our mid-40s now, right? Back when all of us heard about how you had just gotten pregnant with your first child at the age of 40, we were all shocked. But it's great that after 5 years have gone by, everything's turned out all right with your kid and there were no problems at all for either of you. Well, thank you for mentioning that. I've still got plenty of years left where I'll have to be raising a child in the house, but I know that my husband and I were always dreaming of this, so no matter how old we get, we'll make sure to put all our energy into them. Oh, that's right. I found out that my niece's kid will be going to the same preschool as your daughter. Oh, is that right? Her name was Jessica, right? She's your twin sister's daughter. Yes. And this year, she just turned 20, right? Yes, that's right. So, well, she had her baby at the age of 17, I think, and ever since then I really haven't seen either her or my niece any. And I haven't even heard anything about her boyfriend. A few people in the neighborhood I live in still seem to talk with her every so often, so I get all my updates about her from them. I see. Both of her parents ended up getting divorced, but you knew that already. However, they are both married again now, so things in her life have always been all over the place. I don't think Jessica has really even had a place to truly call home, and that's why for a while before she had her baby, she was always coming over to see me. But I'm thinking that after I started to worry a little bit about her being pregnant, she started to think of me as her annoying old aunt, and that's where our relationship really dropped off. I think she's even gone and blocked my number. But at least you have people in the neighborhood who are still in touch with her. That's true. I really am fortunate to have all of them around. And once preschool gets going for my daughter, I'm sure I'll run into Jessica some, so I can tell you how she's doing. Thank you, Joy. Anyway, my bath is about ready for me, so I'm going to put my phone down now. Sounds good. I'll talk with you another time. Hey. I heard that you're 45 years old. Pardon me? I'm just 20 years old. That's very young to you, right? Who is this I'm speaking to? Just a little bit ago, you were talking with one of my cute mom friends, and the both of you exchanged phone numbers, right? Well, I went to my friend after that and got your number from her. Okay. So are you seriously 45 years old? Yes, I am. Did you come with your kid's kid today because they weren't able to bring them to the party or something? No, actually, that kid happens to be my daughter. What? So that must mean at the age of 41, you gave birth to her? Giving birth to a baby at 41 years old? That would mean you gave birth while you were the same age my mom is now. The fact that a little girl has to grow up having an old hag as her actual mother is so sad. Poor thing. Considering you are way too old to understand what any of us younger moms are talking about, you are not allowed to become friends with any of us. Excuse me, but you are going on and on a little bit too much for my taste. How about you tell me your name first, before getting so caught up in what you have to talk about? Huh? Let's not talk about me becoming friends with you or not right now. First, I want to know about who I'm talking with and what exactly you're talking about regarding me being an old hag. If that's how you're going to talk about me, then I probably wouldn't even want to be friends with you all anyway. So, can we start by having you tell me your name and laying off that horribly rude attitude? Wow, such an annoying old hag. I might be annoying, but the fact that you're not giving me your name is pretty uncool of you. What? My name is Jessica. What? Jessica? Yes, and do you have a problem with that? For some reason, you're acting exactly like my old and stupid aunt, and that's really starting to grind my gears now. I'll make you pay for acting up like that around me. That's what you frickin' get. I came up right behind you without a single person noticing and kicked you square in the ass. I bet that frickin' destroyed your lower back. And watching you fall down after losing your footing was so wild. Oh my god. The fact that your little daughter came running to you screaming and crying, "Mama," was the cherry on top that I needed. Oh, how hilarious things have become. Oh, and another thing. I'm not very keen on you becoming a part of my friend group, but you are more than welcome to become my punching bag. Actually, that sounds like a great plan, all right? From here on out, I'm going to have myself an old hag as my stress reliever. Anytime I see you, I'll be coming your way with a punch or kick, so be ready for that. See you later, Grandma. Joy! Oh, hi, Ellie. I heard that you really hurt your lower back. Are you going to be all right? I'll be fine. I just pulled it a little is all, so there shouldn't be any lasting issues. I wanted to make sure things weren't broken there, though, so I went into the urgent care just to have it looked at. They had me transferred to the hospital because over time it became more and more stiff and I couldn't really walk anymore, so I'll be here for a few days. But don't worry, because by then I should be as good as new. Well, I'm happy to hear that things weren't all too bad for you, but having to be admitted to the hospital, all because of what Jessica did to you? Oh, I am so very sorry for her behavior. You don't have to apologize for anything. You weren't there, so what could you have done to change this outcome? I know, but she is my niece, and that means I take partial responsibility for her actions. Honestly, from what I'd heard about her these past few years, she hasn't been all that crazy. There have been a few times here and there where she's had outbursts, but for the most part, she's been working hard at being a young mom. But I should have never taken what everyone around me was saying about her for granted. So before things get any worse with her behavior, I'm going to do what I should as her aunt and put the fear of God into her. I understand you wanting to really punish her for what she's done, but it seems that my husband is going to handle things regarding what happened, so maybe take a second to calm down first. All right? I'll be fine. I don't want you or your husband to get involved in any more of this. You make sure to focus on having your back heal up and tell your husband to take care of your daughter, please. I'll stop by tomorrow afternoon to see you as well for a little bit. All right, I'll let my husband know. And thank you. Just don't get too carried away with her, okay? I'll try not to. Also, when the time comes that I need to talk with Jessica at all, can I please borrow your phone to do so? What? I guess you can if you'd like to use it. Excuse me? What should I say? The person that came to get your daughter today was a man. Was that your husband? If that's the case, then that man is way too good looking for such an old and wrinkled granny like yourself. I know that women are pretty much useless after turning 40, but when it comes to men in their 40s, they are just getting started. I might have to take him from you now. Just what I expected from you, Jessica. Huh? This is the end of the road for you. What? Who is this? Saying things like that to a person who doesn't even know you is a bit too aggressive, don't you think? I'm sorry for butting in on all the fun you were having there. I am your aunt that you've been avoiding for the past couple of years. Your Aunt Ellie? What? Huh? Aunt Ellie? What's going on here? Did you know that I've been best friends with the beholder of this phone number ever since high school? Her name happens to be Joy, and she is in fact a joy. What? I knew that you both were around the same age, but you're best friends? Are you kidding me right now? Right now, Joy is sitting right next to me watching all of this unfold on her phone. She was the one that allowed me to borrow her phone from her in order to have a word with you. Because you've had my phone number blocked for how long now? 4 years? Okay. Aunt Ellie, I went and unblocked your phone number. Now what? All right, thank you. I would like you to stop acting all vague right now, though. What was all of this about? Because I'm telling you right now that I don't want anything else to do with you or Joy now. Well, unfortunately, there's still plenty of things you and I have to talk about. So don't think you can get out of things that easily. Huh? Joy ended up having to go to the hospital. She had to go to the hospital? And she's been admitted into it. What? Because of you kicking her from behind, you went and hurt her lower back pretty badly. Luckily, she'll only be in the hospital for a few days as she has her pain managed and some therapy done to help the muscles. But it's going to cost her some money being there for a few days, and that will most likely not be cheap for her. So you are going to have to pay her a settlement for both those medical bills and for her time. Huh? I have to pay her? Well, of course. It's your fault she had to go to the hospital for this. You should be able to put together the pieces of this simple puzzle easily, Jessica. I don't have the money to pay for all of that, though. This isn't going to be something you can just get away with doing, do you understand? But I don't have any money. Well, I'm sure you don't. So don't be surprised that from here on out, you will most likely be left for the streets. Huh? What are you going on about? Considering you only bothered to care about Joy's husband's looks today, you probably have no idea who he really is and what he does. All I know is that he's really good looking for being in his 40s and most likely has money. Jesus Christ. Then how about we catch you up to speed on what's going to be happening? What are you talking about, Aunt Ellie? Jessica, right now you're a single mother, right? Huh? How? The reason you were divorced was because you cheated on your husband. He ended up forcing you to pay him a settlement for what you'd done to him, and now you're paying that off little by little. You were then able to find yourself a small job within a small company and are now working as an office lady there, right? Yes, but... And the CEO of that company you were just hired by not too long ago, he happens to be the exact same man you were just calling hot, Joy's husband. Huh? Now you're all up to speed, right? Not only did you have no clue what the owner of the company you worked for looked like, but you also went and sent his wife to the hospital. No way. This is a very small world, isn't it?
How could something like this actually happen?
Well, it's actually happened, so you should know the answer now. Right now, the CEO is here with me.
He's with you right now?
So far, we've all agreed not to get the police involved because of the fact that you still have a very young child with you, and because you are still having to pay off another settlement. But within the company, you have been up to a lot of bad things, such as threatening other employees who don't do as you tell them, and also slacking off and leaving work early to go enjoy yourself. For the past year, I haven't heard anything really good about you from those that work with you and from those that know you as a friend. And now you've gone and assaulted the wife of your CEO while at a preschool with a bunch of kids around. None of that you've been up to is acceptable, and you will be punished for it. Tomorrow you will be spoken to in person about all that's to come. But just be aware that you have not been with that company for very long, and so the HR team has every reason to get rid of you for whatever reason they need to. So you will be getting 1 month before your fate is decided.
What? No! You're lying to me right now, right? Why? I can't be let go from the company this early. I already had to drop out of high school after becoming pregnant, and then I had a baby and had to deal with the divorce. Finding a job was so tough for me, and so when I finally got one, I was really thinking that things would work out for me. Things were really starting to feel good to me.
Then shouldn't you have started to take things more seriously, like the way you worked and the way you dealt with other adults? The fact that your reason for sending your CEO's wife to the hospital was because you didn't like how old she was and the way she talked. That kind of a reason isn't going to slide in this world. And saying things like, "I don't know," will not help your case at all. Of course, even had she not been your CEO's wife, things would still end up the same way for you. Now, considering that you don't seem to have any idea how to behave like an adult, and are expected to be the caretaker of your own child, we've all decided you need to be put under watch. So the whole family has decided that you will come to live with me now.
What?
Luckily, at my house, you will have people like your fairly strict uncle and your very strict aunt, as well as both of your cousins who are now becoming adults themselves to deal with.
No!
We are going to make sure that you get your act together and that you are held very responsible for everything you've done thus far.
No way!
After all of that, a few days passed before I got my settlement from Jessica that paid for all my medical expenses and the time she took away from me. She was fired from the company she was at sooner than expected by my husband, as he couldn't forgive what she had done to me. But luckily, she had a very well put together aunt watching over her, so she was able to help find her a new job pretty quickly. And with how things are back in her aunt's home, she really has no freedom there, and if anything, her baby is getting more freedom than her. After about half a year had gone by, I went over there to see Ellie and everyone, and that's when I got to meet with Jessica again. I was a bit nervous at first, but I was shocked to see she had started growing into an adult. As the first thing she said to me was sorry before asking me how I've been doing. It seems that for the past 6 months, things like having to work all the time and not having any time at home to mess around, Jessica was forced to pull herself together. And so we can all now say that she's settled down a lot and is less abrasive to be around. I'm hoping that the next time I see her, she's even more calm and we can talk a little about what happened back when she kicked me down. A lot of things had happened with her at such a young age, so I really don't want to hold too much of that against her if I don't have to. And since both our kids are the same age, I think that as long as things go smoothly in the future, we can become close and friendly mothers with one another.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey sis, how's it going? I was wondering if you had some free time tomorrow? I was hoping you could accompany me on a little shopping trip I have planned. How about we go for lunch too while we're at it? My treat.
Hey, Gallagher. Good morning. Sure, I don't mind tagging along, but won't your fiancé Indigo be going with you? Somehow going out shopping with your sister right before your wedding feels kind of sad.
No way. There's nothing sad about me hanging out with my sis. Besides, you came home from your work transfer in Scotland, especially to come to mine and Indigo's wedding, right? You'll be going straight back after the wedding, right? I'll barely get a chance to see you, so treating you to a meal is the least I can do. It'd be nice to catch up with you in person sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It'd be nice to see you, too.
All right, that settles it. I'll see you outside the ticket gate at the southern gate of Ferdinand Station.
Got it.
I knew it, you frickin' jerk! You're cheating on me! Hey, Gallagher, answer me. I just knew you were lying about going out for lunch with your sister. Who the hell is that woman? We're supposed to be getting married this weekend, you jerk. You are horrible. How could you do this to me? I'm about to teach your new girlfriend a lesson, so you better prepare yourselves for the hell that's about to rain down on you. No one crosses me. No one. Punishment delivered. That was the best punch I've ever thrown, even if I do say so myself. I hit her square in the jaw, and when she recoiled back, it was like it happened in slow motion. I loved the noise she made when she fell to the floor. I can still hear it in my head now. Man, that felt good. Hello? Gallagher, are you there? I got a good look at that bitch you're cheating on me with when I knocked her lights out, and she was very clearly older than you. I can't believe you'd cheat on me with a dried-up old hag. I'm obviously better looking than her. What the hell is wrong with you? Surely that's why you asked me to marry you. If you break up with her by the end of the day, I'll let you off the hook with just a $1,000 compensation payment, and we can still go ahead with the wedding. However, to ensure you never cheat on me again, I'll have no choice but to place you under constant surveillance, which means if you still want to marry me, you'll have to marry into my family and take my surname. Of course, that means you'll be moving in with me and my parents. Oh, and I'll be taking full control over your bank account so I can manage your finances on your behalf. This will be a lot easier for you if you accept that you have no other option than to do as I say sooner rather than later. If we have an understanding, I suggest you hurry up and dump the bitch. Then get down on your knees, apologize to me, and beg for my forgiveness.
Hey, Indigo. Where the hell are you?
Oh, hello there, Gallagher. What do you mean, where am I? Like hell I'm telling you. If you've decided to do the adult thing and apologize for cheating on me, maybe, just maybe, I'll tell you.
What the hell are you talking about? I just read your messages, so what's going on? Do you have any idea what an absurd misunderstanding you're making here?
Huh? A misunderstanding? Wow. And so begins the denial. Pathetic. I was hoping you had more integrity than this, but I guess that was naive of me, given that you were enough of a lowlife to cheat on me in the first place. I caught you and your lover together. I saw you with my own eyes. Are you seriously going to try and worm your way out of that despite the fact I caught you in the act? Or is this where you try and gaslight me and say I didn't see what I know I did?
That was my big sister, you idiot. I told you that when I left the house after breakfast this morning.
I don't want to hear your pathetic excuses, you low-life jerk. You act like I haven't seen your sister before. I know she was plumper with longer hair. That bitch I put in her place today had stylish short hair. You can't seriously think I'd get her mixed up with your sister. They practically couldn't look more different.
My sister went on a diet when she moved to Scotland for her work transfer.
Huh?
The diet went well and she lost a bunch of weight, so she decided to use the momentum to redesign her entire image. She had her hair cut short and started going for a more sporty image with the way she dressed.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is ridiculous. I know you're desperate to come up with excuses to get yourself out of the mess you've made, but you should at least try to make them sound believable.
What the hell? God damn it, Indigo. I told you all this before. Don't you ever listen to a word I say? Don't you remember? I told you about my sister's diet maybe a month ago? Do you know when we were talking about what it might be like to live abroad?
Oh, that? Wait a sec. You mean that whole conversation was nothing but a setup for you to justify your cheating in case you ever got caught? Jesus, Gallagher, you're even more cunning than I thought.
What?
Just when I thought you couldn't possibly sink any lower. You exceed all expectations.
It wasn't a setup at all. It was just a freaking lighthearted conversation.
Quit blabbering on at me and apologize. We're not going to get anywhere until you do, so why not just swallow your pride and get it over with already? Like I said before, all you need to do is get on your knees, apologize, beg for my forgiveness, and accept all the conditions I listed before. If you do that, I'll agree to go ahead with the wedding. I suggest you hurry up and make your decision before I stop feeling so generous and big-hearted. Apologize.
I didn't cheat on you.
Oh, for God's sake, are you still trying to keep up the act? Pathetic.
The woman you saw me with was my sister. The woman you punched in the face based on the most ridiculous understanding of all time was my sister. It's fine to have doubts, but you should at least clarify them before resorting to violence. And seriously, me and my sister are both the spitting image of our dad. So even if her hair or build has changed, you should have known it was her from one look at her face. If anything, you look even more similar since her facial features became more defined from losing so much weight. You should have at least checked if it wasn't a case of mistaken identity before punching her square in the face. Do you have any idea of the gravity of the situation you caused?
That's my line, you low-life cheating scum. Are you so desperate to cling to your lies and excuses that you'd throw away the opportunity to win back my hand in marriage?
So basically what you're saying is that you'll tell me where you are if I get down on my knees and apologize to you?
Oh, look, so you do understand. Does this mean you're finally ready to accept that you messed up and right your wrongs? Fantastic. You should know, I want to make sure I get some photos of you apologizing on your knees to me so that I can use them as a reminder to keep you in check if you ever dare cross me again. All right, I'll tell you where I am. I'm on a train headed to my parents' place. I'll be arriving in about 30 more minutes. Anyway, now that's settled, we need to discuss the particulars of our new living arrangement with my parents. I assure you, you will be on your best behavior while living with my mom and dad. Hurry up and get your ass down here with my $1,000 compensation for the affair so we can get down to business and start planning our future together. Gallagher, why are you still not here?
Shut up already.
Excuse me, what did you just say to me?
I filed criminal charges against you.
Say what now? God damn it, are you really gonna make me do this? It looks like I'll have no choice but to tell your sister. If I can get a written testimony from her, I'll finally have concrete proof of the affair. Hello, Lisa. My name is Indigo, and I am your brother's fiancé. I think this is the first time I've ever messaged you since we met last year before you went on your work transfer to Scotland. So anyway, as for why I'm messaging you, listen to this. Gallagher cheated on me. And that's not all. He lied about being with you while he was out with his lover. Don't you think that's horrible, using you as cover for his affair like that? Surely you understand the pain I'm going through as a fellow woman. We have to stick together at times like this, sister. So won't you tell that jerk of a brother of yours he needs to pay up? I've tried and tried, but he won't listen, and he stubbornly refuses to admit that he even did anything wrong, which is why I need you to tell him to pay me $1,000 in compensation before getting down on his knees and apologizing to me. Hello? Lisa, are you there? Hello? Why aren't you replying? Answer me already. Wait a sec, are you on his side? Are you on that filthy, lying cheater side even after what he did? Ugh, no way you'd side with a cheater. Hello? You do realize I'll have no choice but to call off the wedding if Gallagher doesn't apologize to me, right? Is that what you want? You know, I assumed you'd be intelligent when your brother told me you were selected for an overseas work transfer in Scotland, but I must say I am so disappointed in you. No way, you're not gonna start making a big show and dance about how your brother filed criminal charges against me too, are you? You'd do well to remember he is the one in the wrong here, not me. All I did was launch a counterattack against the bitch he cheated on me with. How could you file charges against me for that?
Hey, Indigo. I just had a look at my sister's phone. Would you quit it and cut this crap out already? My sister has a concussion from when she banged her head on the floor after you punched her in the face. So she's resting up in bed and can't use her phone.
Snore. When will it end, Gallagher? When are you gonna stop coming up with these pitiful lies and own up to what you did? This crap ain't gonna wash with me.
Allow me to answer your questions to my sister on her behalf. I already filed charges.
What the hell?
How are you surprised? I already told you, for God's sakes, and that's not all. I phoned your parents and told them I'm calling off the engagement and the wedding. I also told them I have no intention of settling out of court. Lube up your bank account, Indigo, because I'm going in hard.
Oh my God. Wait a sec. Was all that stuff you said about the woman I punched being your sister true?
Did you seriously think I was lying?
Duh, obviously. Gallagher! Hello? My mom and dad flipped out at me so hard. I've never seen them that angry before. My dad got me in a headlock, dragged me up to my bedroom, threw me in, and locked the door before ordering me to wait until the cops arrive. Why is this happening? All I did was make a little misunderstanding. We all make mistakes sometimes, right? How can you turn a blind eye while your fiancé gets arrested? Surely this must be tearing you up inside. And what about your sister? Me and her will be family soon. How could she just stand by and watch as you filed criminal charges against me? Gallagher! You do realize me and you won't be able to get married if you keep this up, right? I'll forgive your sister for confusing me. I swear I will. Just drop the charges, please. If you do that, you can still marry me. Mom and Dad should calm down and stop acting crazy, too. You'll do that for me, won't you, sweetie? Gallagher, please reply. Why won't you answer me? I'm not kidding here, baby. You really, really won't be able to marry me anymore if you keep this up for much longer. Is that what you want? You could lose me forever.
Yes, that's exactly what I want.
What?
Bye.
What the hell does that mean?
Hey, Lisa. Is now a good time to message? Are you feeling better yet?
Hey, Gallagher. Yeah, my condition's improved a lot, thanks. The concussion's gone, the swelling on my chin has gone down, and the cut in my mouth is healing up nicely. Things are finally on the up. I'm so sorry for putting you through all this.
No way, that's my line. I can't believe I almost married Indigo. She's a complete lunatic. I'm so sorry for all the trouble. We didn't deserve any of this.
Now that you mention her, what's the situation with Indigo right now?
Oh, right. I called her parents and, taking into consideration the endless barrage of deranged, threatening messages, we decided it was best to proceed with the charges.
I see. It's not going to be easy for a girl of her age to end up with a criminal record, and given that it's all on CCTV, I doubt there's any chance she'll get off. But the fact of the matter is she broke the law and hasn't shown a shred of remorse about it. And as long as she refuses to accept the error of her ways, she'll continue to be a danger to society and should be dealt with accordingly. In short, she made her bed and now she has to lie in it.
All right, sis, you nailed it. I just got done canceling the engagement, but her parents very kindly agreed me to pay the compensation and cover the cost of the wedding on Indigo's behalf. Apparently, they're going to see to it that she pays them back out of her own dime. In their own words, no matter what.
Wow, really? Well, thank God they're a little more reasonable than their daughter.
Also, they guarantee me they'll make absolutely sure she never shows up here looking for revenge. So you don't have to worry about her doing anything else.
I guess that just about wraps everything up then, right?
Yep, pretty much. Anyway, when will you be leaving back for Scotland? I imagine you had to delay everything with the whole being hospitalized thing, right?
Oh, right. I'll be in America for another week.
I was hoping we can give going out for that meal another shot, since we kind of got interrupted last time. What do you say?
Oh, I'd love to. I was hoping we could fit it in before I leave again, actually. All right. Would it be cheeky of me to put in a request for that pizza place on 7th Street?
Not at all. The least I can do for you is treat you to some pizza after what you've been through. I'm obviously going to be footing the bill, too. Are you sure you don't want to go somewhere much more expensive? It's not like we get to see each other that much. How about we splash out? There are a bunch of upmarket places on 12th Street.
Oh, they do look nice, but I can never help but feel like those places seem kind of stiff and formal. I was thinking maybe somewhere we could let our hair down, relax, and have a wild old time while enjoying our fair share of beer.
Aha. I know what you mean. Say no more. In that case, the pizza place on 7th Street it is. Of course, there'll be beer plenty, but they also do an all-you-can-eat buffet. I can't wait.
Wow, they do? Oh, they must have introduced that while I was away, because I don't remember that at all. Yes, infinite pizza!
Get hyped.
Woohoo! I can't wait.
I received another apologetic phone call from Indigo's parents a few days later. Apparently, they felt like I deserved to know about what was going to happen to their daughter going forward. Her mom and dad are old now, and they decided their problem daughter was beyond their capabilities, which meant she was sent on a grueling 12-hour bus ride with endless changeovers to stay with a distant relative with a reputation for being extremely strict. To add insult to injury, for my wayward ex-fiancé, her phone and laptop were confiscated before she went. It was decided that she would gradually pay her parents back for the compensation they paid me by working on her relative's farm while undergoing a rigorously disciplined routine of chores and rehabilitation, all while having access to no entertainment or leisure activities. As for me and my sister, we went to the pizza place a few days later. After the beer started flowing, suddenly my sister said to me, "People you thought you knew can change in a heartbeat, no matter how long you've known them, no matter their age or gender. The key to protecting yourself is to train your ability to judge character." While a little taken aback by the suddenness of her semi-drunken proclamation, her words struck a chord with me. With that, I swore to introduce my next girlfriend to my sister at the first opportunity.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.